Hi, my name is Christopher Bishop. I work at IBM Corporate Headquarters, providing communication support to the Corporate Citizenship and Corporate Affairs Organization. I want to talk to you about new models that are emerging with regard to how people are going to work in the 21st century. Experts say that 85% of jobs that today's learners will do have not been invented yet, and they'll be using technologies that don't exist to solve problems we don't yet know are problems. Over the past 35 years, I've had about 6 different careers, and I wanted to share with you how I moved from one to the other. Sort of makes me a poster child for this new workplace model, if you will. I'm going to take you quickly through the different jobs and how I moved from one to the other, and then share what I call my secret sauce, my 3 ingredients, my focus areas that help me move from one career to the other. And hopefully they'll give you ideas about how to rethink your own career paths or job quests. So let me take you through it. I graduated from Bennington College in 1972 with a bachelor's degree in German literature and a minor in music. 6 months later, I auditioned for and got a gig with a touring country rock band called McKendree Spring. 6 months after that, I was in Berlin jamming with Jeff Beck and recording an album in Oxford, England, which I went to London to mix. I did 3 albums with this band, including one at Electric Ladyland on 8th Street, Jimi Hendrix Studio, and one in Woodstock, New York at Bearsville, where Dylan and the band recorded. It was an exciting time, great to be young and on the road, but when the band broke up, I decided I had to move to New York and see how I could deal in the big game. Moved to the city, became a session musician, played with lots and lots of different bands, a dozen bands at any given time. That's me in the leather pants playing with my power trio at CBGB's. I toured and recorded with Robert Palmer and Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley. The picture on the right is me and Peter O'Toole on the set of a TV movie I did called Svengali. But I got tired of touring and woke up one morning and said to myself, what do people do in New York to sleep in their own bed at night? The answer? Get into the jingle biz. I went to work at a jingle house producing music for radio and TV commercials using a synclavier pictured here, which was at the time the state-of-the-art digital musical instrument. Produced music for hundreds of radio and TV spots, including playing and singing on the first Kit Kat jingle. Give me a break, give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. That ran for a long time. The residuals were lovely, appearing in my mailbox. But then this new technology appeared, this internet web thing, and I became intrigued. So I transferred my jingle producing skills into being a web producer. Worked at several seminal interactive agencies in New York as a freelance producer, and then in 1998 was hired by IBM into their fledgling corporate internet programs organization to evangelize the use of the web across the business. It quickly became apparent that this new technology was going to drive business strategies. So I moved to a role advising line of business executives as to how they could use their IT dollars to take advantage of this new technology and drive their business model. I ended up writing an acquisition strategy that led to IBM acquiring ISS, a large internet security services company. But I got the itch to do something more creative, so I reached for communication. I got a job as a communication specialist in corporate headquarters, first working in workforce and HR communications. And it was at this point that I became intrigued by virtual worlds. I became a member of the Virtual Universe community at IBM, and the picture on the right is me at the Virtual Worlds Forum Europe as a member of the IBM team, talking to clients and partners about how we're going to use these virtual spaces going forward. Let me describe to you what I mean by my secret sauce. There are 3 ingredients. I call them antenna, brand, and network. The first one is antenna. My advice, chase the maelstrom, follow the chaos, look for the mayhem, and use your spidey sense to help you get there. Trust your instincts. Your gut will tell you if you're doing the right thing, and to paraphrase Joseph Campbell, follow your bliss. If you're doing the right thing, the workplace will reward you. For me, there were lots of different things that came into my antenna, lots of different factors that drove my changes from career to career. Might be a technological fascination, as with the synclavier or with the World Wide Web. My passions changed, shifted from being a musician to wanting to be involved in a more technology-oriented lifestyle. Lifestyle, certainly how I wanted to live, where I wanted to live, sleeping in my own bed, making a decent living, not being on the road. All these factors played into how I changed from career to career. The second element of my secret sauce is around brand. Nowadays, everyone has a brand. It's the essence of who you are, what makes you unique. It allows you a forum for establishing your expertise, and it's woven into everything that you say and do. There are four elements I would say combine to make my brand. Certainly musician. I've been a musician. I still play. I did a gig last weekend. I'm a communicator. Here I am standing talking to you. I do it every day at my job at IBM. I'm a philosopher, curious about what's been and what's going to be. And I'm a techie, certainly fascinated by technology, whether it's using a Synclavier to produce jingles for television or buying the first Steinberger carbon graphite electric bass. Together they all combine to make my brand, Christopher. The third ingredient in my secret sauce is around network. Now there's an adage that's ascribed to show business, but it's true in any business. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And this is a lifelong job. It's something you never stop doing. It allows you to connect with strangers with expertise via web tools and Web 2.0 tools. It allows you to also share your perspective. Let people know what you think, what you're interested in. And my advice, use the tools. There are lots and lots of them. Some examples include Facebook, Plaxo, LinkedIn, Second Life, Blogger, Twitter, YouTube. But keep in mind that behind all these tools are what really matters, which is your network, the people you're connected to based on shared interests or areas of expertise. So that's my secret sauce. Those are the three ingredients, the skills that I used and areas that I focused on to move from one career to the next. And I think they're apropos for the new workplace paradigm that's emerging in the 21st century. You need to know how to shift and how to move, how to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Here's some contact information for me. Email, my Second Life avatar name. You can follow me on Twitter. I have a blog that I update infrequently, but exists. Thank you very much for your time. I'd be happy to talk to you more about any and all of this.